Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. 3 articles to react to, not videos here today. 3 articles. A lot of big news coming out here around Tesla that I got to give my perspective on and kind of share with you guys what's going on here, okay? First one up here, lithium miner Sigma jumps on report Tesla's considering a buyout. Okay, so we'll read through that one. I'll kind of give my opinion on that, okay? Second video to react to. Tesla tries to get owners of older Model S and X vehicles to upgrade with an enticing offer. I did receive an email directly from Tesla a couple days ago in regards to one of my vehicles, and I'll kind of share my perspective on what's going on there, okay? And third article I want to read through and react to here is from Electric. Tesla increases prices in China as demand appears to pick up. Oh, okay. So that's quite interesting. So we'll react to all those. I appreciate every single person that subscribed to the channel. 23,000 and what are we at? 23,600 subscribers now, or 500, 600, I don't know. But thank you, every single person that subscribed to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, a lot of Tesla fun to get into. Also, for everybody in the Patreon squad, I did post the new moves I made yesterday in there. So if you got to check those out, I bought 3 stocks. One's a growth stock, one's a value stock, and one's a dividend cash flow company. So yeah, if you want to check that out, that is in the description area. Also be the pinned comment if you haven't already joined us in Patreon. It's a no-brainer. Join us in there. 700 plus patrons now. Yeah, we've got one of the fastest growing Patreons in the world right now. So I appreciate everybody that supports the channel on there. Okay, first one up here, lithium miner Sigma jumps on report that Tesla's considering a buyout. The company rose 21% in extended trading on Friday after Bloomberg News reported that Tesla was weighing a takeover of the Canada-based battery metals miner. Tesla's been speaking with potential advisors about a bid, the report said, citing people with knowledge of the matter, and added that Sigma Lithium is one of many mining options the electric vehicle maker is exploring as it molds its own refining. Tesla and Sigma Lithium did not immediately respond to Reuters' request for comments. Okay, first off, what does this tell me? Okay, this sentence right here. Tesla and Sigma did not immediately respond to Reuters' request for comments, okay? What that tells me right there, and I think this is very important, is there's likely truth to this, okay? And, you know, for something to go on Reuters like this, there's usually some truth behind it, right? It's just in general. But the fact that neither company wanted to say anything tells me that there's probably some truth to this, because usually what happens, if there's no truth to it, the company will just come out and shut it down. So let's say, you know, somebody made up some crazy thing about Tesla was trying to buy out some company and Tesla had no interest in that. Tesla would just come out and say, no, this not, we haven't, you know, we have nothing to do with that, right? So the fact that both these companies don't want to say anything, because if you are actually trying to do a deal, you don't say anything right now. Neither side. You keep it hush-hush. You don't say anything to anybody, right? People are already leaking the information anyway, so you got it bad enough, right? Sigma's finishing construction of Hard Rock lithium mine in Brazil as it expects to open by April. The mine will produce a concentrate which can be used to make lithium hydroxide, a type of metal preferred by some automakers including Tesla and BMW. The project would use hydroelectric power, sounds like something up Tesla's alley there, right? Thus helping it greatly reduce its carbon footprint. U.S. stock Sigma Lithium, which has a market cap of $3.21 billion, nearly, I'm guessing it meant to say tripled in value. I don't know why it says trebled, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say tripled in value last year, right? A lot of the stocks went crazy. Chief Executive Elon Musk said last year Tesla was open to buying a mining company if producing its own supply of electric vehicle metals would speed up worldwide adoption of clean energy technologies. Tesla and other automakers routinely talk to mining companies of all sizes about potential supplies of lithium and other EV metals without necessarily signing contracts. Last month, Tesla agreed to signed an agreement with Piedmont Lithium for supply of a concentrate that we just spoke about before, right? From Quebec. I can never pronounce it right? Quebec. I'm sorry, my Canadians. You're my second biggest audience after the U.S., okay? So I apologize. Quebec. Starting later this year. Tesla also has supply contracts for nickel, lithium, and a range of other EV metals from suppliers across the globe, okay? Now, I think an important subject here is obviously, this sounds realistic. It sounds like something Tesla would actually be interested in, okay? Now, the next question might be, can Tesla afford to make a deal like this, okay? The deal is $3.21 billion. And, well, I mean, the deal could be anywhere from, you know, maybe even more than that, 3.2 to, let's say, $4 billion for a deal like this. Maybe Tesla would have to pay $4 billion, okay? Could Tesla afford to make a deal like this happen, okay? And I will tell you the answer, okay? The answer is hidden in their balance sheet. And what does their balance sheet tell us? Their balance sheet tells us that this company has 11 figures, meaning over $10 billion of cash on that balance sheet. Okay, well over now at this point in time. So the answer, can they afford this, is abso-dang-lutely. And since Tesla's profitable, they're throwing off mad cash flow now at this point in time. Like, they could easily afford to do this deal if they wanted to make this deal happen, okay? So it sounds like something that Elon Musk and the team's interested in, and could they do it financially? Absolutely, okay? So we'll see what happens there, but obviously it has a realistic possibility, okay? Next up here. Tesla tries to get owners of the older Model S and X vehicles to upgrade with an enticing offer. Tesla's attempting to get owners of older Model S and X vehicles with unlimited supercharging. Okay, so if you didn't know, there's a grandfathered program that basically allows you, allowed you whenever you bought an S or X to have unlimited supercharging for the life of that vehicle. Okay, I am one of those people that owns a vehicle like that. I own a Model X that has unlimited supercharging. So basically, I can go anywhere, in the United States or maybe even worldwide, if I was to take my car somehow worldwide, right? The Model X, right? But I can drive anywhere in the United States, plug it in a supercharger. I don't pay a dime, not a penny, okay? It just supercharges up, doesn't cost me a penny, okay? Upgrade to a new car with an enticing offer. While Model 3 and Model Y sales are going through the roof, more expensive Model S and X are a little more difficult to move. Now Tesla's come up with an interesting new offer for owners of older Model S and X vehicles to upgrade to newer versions. The automaker has started reaching out to owners of S and X with unlimited supercharging pre-September 2018, which I bought mine after September 2018, okay, so I still had my free supercharging, and offering them an extra $5,000 on their trade-in when they buy a new S or X. The email wrote, as an early Model S X owner, you are eligible to exchange your unlimited free supercharging miles for an additional $5,000 on your vehicle's trade-in value when you purchase an S or X, okay? First off, it's off of trade-in value, okay? It's off of trade-in value. So, I don't want to really comment on if Tesla gives fair prices or not fair prices, because I haven't personally gone through the process of ever trading in a vehicle to Tesla. So I have no clue if Tesla gives you a good amount of money or they rip you off. I don't know. Okay, so I just don't want to comment on that. But what I'll say about this, okay, so is this something that entices me? Because I got this email. Okay, this email was sent to me, and it said, obviously exactly what they said right there, right? And is this offer enticing to me as a customer of Tesla, and am I thinking about trading in my X for a new one? And the answer to that is absolutely not, okay? Not even remotely close to an enticing enough offer. I could understand if somebody's X is really, really old maybe, and it's just like, I don't know, not quite working the same, or if they really, really want the new version super bad, but there hasn't been enough upgrades to the Model X since I bought the Model X, which I got mine in, gosh, what year was that? It was either 2019 or 2020. I think it was 2019 I got my Model X, okay? I got a Model 3 first. That was my first ever Tesla. After that, I got the Model X. And I think that was 2019, thinking about it now. And obviously, it has free supercharging for life. So for me personally, I am not interested in this offer. It just doesn't interest me. Like the new Model X's just don't have enough to offer me. Plus, I like the old school steering wheel, and I think all the new versions have the new school steering wheel, like I have my Model S Plaid, and I'm not a big fan of that. Just to be quite frank, I like, maybe I've just been driving too long. I'm 33, right? So I just like the old school steering wheels. Like that's probably one of the main reasons I don't drive the S more. I mean, I drive the X way more than I drive the S Plaid, and it's like night and day difference. Like if I'm taking a car, like I almost always take the X. I prefer it, and I think part of the reason is the steering wheel, just to be quite frank. But at the end of the day, like, it's not a very enticing offer. Those new X's are still very expensive, right? You're getting $5,000 off the trade-in value, which who knows what Tesla's going to offer. Maybe they give you a fair price. Maybe they rip you off. I don't know, okay? So, no, it's not even something that's worth exploring for me. And to get rid of my free supercharging for life, I'd rather drive that X into the ground, and drive that for years and years to go in the future. And wherever I drive in the United States with that X, I can supercharge it for free. That's pretty awesome. So, yeah, not enticing enough. there's other stuff maybe they could have done that I think could have been interesting, but I don't think this is going to be super successful. I'll just be honest. I think I don't think it's going to be super successful. I think most people that are in my shoes are looking at that and they're like, "No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you very much. I will keep my free supercharging for life. Thank you so much for that." Okay, I'll drive that baby into the ground. Next one to react to here from electric. Tesla increases prices in China. We got to talk about this subject. It's a big subject, right? Increasing, decreasing prices, all the stuff that Tesla's up to, right? Tesla's again increasing Model Y prices in China following its massive price drop last month as demand appears to be picking back up. After months of rumors that Tesla's demand in China was slowing down, the automaker implemented significant price drop of 13% on its electric vehicles in January. January saw a significant increase in sales of Tesla China-made cars, but many of those are for foreign markets, which is actually ingenious by Tesla. I always knew they were going to do that, and sure enough, they did it. I knew they were going to do that way before they announced they were ever even going to plan to do that, because I'm just like, they could produce so much cheaper over there. Like, come on, man. Insurance registrations are better indicators of sales of Tesla vehicles in China and reached over 8,000 units during the first week of February, which is good early in a quarter, as Tesla is still generally producing mostly cars for foreign markets at Gigafactory Shanghai at that point. Another good, I love how in-depth electric is. Like that whole sentence right there is just like, they're on top of their game, man. You know what I mean? To know that level of detail, they're on top of their game. I appreciate that in a huge way. Another good indicator that demand is picking back up in China is that Tesla's again increasing the price of its Model Y, its most popular model in the country. Today, Tesla updated its Chinese online configuration with a 2,000 yuan increase on the Model Y long range to now 311,900 yuan, which is $45,000 roughly, okay, a little over $45,000, and a $2,000 yuan increase in the Model Y Performance, which now starts at 361,000 yuan, which is just over $52,000. Electric's take, and then I'll give you my take. Price increases and decreases are generally the best indicators of Tesla's demand in a given market. Bingo! Despite the fact that Tesla claims it's simply trying to reduce prices, the automaker tries to sell electric vehicles for the most it can based upon demand. Bingo! 100%, thank you. In the case of China, it's extremely important to track, since it's by far the biggest EV market in the world, 100%. The price increases are small, but they should help Tesla's gross margins recover in Q2, which is when most of those new orders are expected to be delivered. That's key, okay? Tesla's Chinese prices are currently highlighting Gigafactory Shanghai's most competitiveness of the Model Y Performance in China as the cheaper Model Y long range in the US, okay? So my take on this is, everybody kind of freaks out over Tesla drop price, Tesla raise price, and things like that. They're just going to continue to do this over time, in my opinion, based upon supply and demand. If they can see consistent demand coming in, they'll keep prices pretty steady. If they see too much demand, they're going to go up in prices. Why wouldn't you? Like, think about it. If you had overwhelming demand, why wouldn't you go up in price? You're going to make that margin. Of course you are, right? And if you see lower demand and you need to spark up demand, as Elon Musk and the team did, right? They drop prices. And so I see this as being, Tesla's going to continue to run with this strategy. When demand's super high, they're going to take price, and they're going to obviously just, increase their margins, and profitability will increase dramatically. If they're seeing any trouble in demand, drop price, and next thing you know, demand goes through the roof. And that's exactly what we've seen play out here. So the great thing for Tesla is they just have it like that, right? They can do that. And in terms of other successful big companies, they all do this as well. Apple does this all the time. You just don't realize it, because Apple doesn't really adjust the price of a new iPhone. But guess what Apple does every year? They come out with a new iPhone every single year, right? Tesla doesn't do that. They don't come out with a new product, so they have to adjust the price of their main product, right? Tesla might update it every few years or make small updates here and there, but it doesn't come out with a whole new, like, oh, we're going to show it off and everything like Apple does. And Apple's always coming out with different sizes, different configurations, and oh, look at this model is only going to be $699, right? But we got this model over here, it's $999, right? And we got this one that's $1,200, and you got all these different memory. So Apple does the same thing constantly on a year-by-year basis. Just people don't realize it, because it's not like they're dropping the price of iPhone 14 to $200 and then raising it $200, and they're just doing it. They're just doing it on a level that they can do it because of their specific product. Tesla can't really do it like that, right? But these big tech companies, they do this type of stuff all the time when you're selling products to obviously consumers out there. So yeah, that's kind of my opinion on it, and it's definitely good to see Tesla's demand rolling again. That was the biggest concern for me about this year, is Tesla's demand, right? And it looks like because they dropped price, and then you got some of the tax credit stuff, it looks like demand's rolling in again, even in a very, very tough environment for automakers, which is going to continue to be tough for this next year or so, with interest rates being very high. It's not ideal for any of these big ticket purchase items. They continue to be in a tough spot. Cars, homes, furniture. I mean, I just looked at mortgage rates. Even if you got a great credit score in mortgage rates, you're looking at like 7% right now in Vegas. I'm like, that's insane. I'm going to have to do a whole, I'm going to cover that at some point on the main channel. It goes to show you kind of how tough an environment it is for these big ticket purchase items. But, for Tesla, they're in a sweet spot. They're not seeing enough demand. Drop that price. Seeing a ton of demand, up that price, get the margins, get that profitability in, man. It's beautiful. So anyways, appreciate everybody joining me as always. Thanks for being subscribed here, folks. Thank you everybody that supports the channel on Patreon and gets to see my moves every single week, the buys and sells. I appreciate y'all as always, and have a great day.